Hello. So there are some YouTubers out there that are in a completely different league than the rest of us. One of those creators is Zack Films. Across all social media platforms, this dude gets 5 billion views a month. Yes, you heard that right. Billion. Not million, billion. To put that into perspective, there are 8 billion people on Earth, and he gets 5 billion views a month. Now, if you're curious, I get like 50 million views a month. And I mean, I have a Lamborghini. I have a lot of play buttons. I own my own house at 50 million views a month. This guy gets 5 billion. Yeah, I know I've said it a lot, but I'm trying to make you understand. This is insane. Zack Films is in a completely different league. Also, some of his videos have tips that can literally save our lives. So we're gonna be checking out his most popular videos, find out what all the hype is, and hopefully if we ever get into a sticky situation, we can remember back to these videos and get ourselves out of that. So this is the first video. This isn't even his craziest or biggest video. This one though has 214 million views. That is just 100 million less people than the United States population. That's a lot of people.
If you get a splinter, most people just go ahead and pull them out.
Yes.
But sometimes they get lodged so deep into your skin that you can't reach them.
That has definitely happened to me before. I probably have a lot of splinters just stuck in my hands.
If the area gets infected, it will start to swell as pus forms under the skin.
Oh, it actually?
This creates pressure around the splinter that
can
sometimes push it upwards towards the skin's surface. And if you're lucky, after a certain period of time, your body could have completely removed it from your skin.
Okay, maybe I don't have a bunch of splinters in my hand. No way. I didn't know that we could do that, a freak. He did say if we're lucky though, so I might still have, you know, a good amount in here. But dude, whoa, that's actually really cool. And 214 million people agreed. I'm gonna give that a like. Now his next video is called, Could Ancient Armor Stop Bullets? It's actually a good question. Like the big metal knight armor. Imagine we started wearing that again. I mean, if it stops bullets, we might just have to. Like imagine you're in a city like St. Louis. That's where I'm from, by the way. I grew up there. It's the most dangerous city in the United States. You might just have to wear some armor like this so you don't get shot, because you got like a 1 in 10 chance of getting shot there. So in the city, not in the metro areas.
If you shot a bullet at ancient armor,
some
people think it could actually stop the impact.
True.
But armor like chainmail was designed to block slashing swords. And plate armor was even better at deflecting strikes by spreading the blunt force across more area.
Makes sense.
Its impact. But these materials weren't very good at stopping arrows, which had enough energy to enter the armor.
Okay, if an arrow can enter the armor, a freaking bullet can, right?
So a bullet would have no trouble going right through.
That makes sense. Wait, I have a question then. So we all know about a bulletproof vest, right? That stops bullets, but could that stop like a sword? Can you stab through? Oh, it's the first thing. Okay, can you stab through a bulletproof vest?
Yes, you can absolutely stab through a standard bulletproof vest.
Wait. Here's the method. If you want to just be immortal, undamageable, invincible, you wear a bulletproof vest, and then you wear chainmail, and then you wear plate armor. So you have all 3 things. You can't get stabbed. You can't get hit with whatever that thing was, that ball with all the spikes on it, and you can't get shot. That's the method. I just figured out all the army's biggest questions, guys. Now everyone's immortal and invincible. I will start wearing this every single time I go out because I have a lot of ops that want to kill me. I made that up. I have no ops. Or do I? Buried in manure and saved by a goat. What does that mean? Let's find out.
The cow knocked him into a pile of manure.
Oh, heck nah.
His hip.
Imagine getting knocked into a freaking pile of poop and your leg breaks. You can't get out. Oh, that's disgusting. That is disgusting.
He couldn't move and had no way to call for help.
Dude, that has to smell so bad. I can't even imagine. Oh, I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw up thinking about it.
For 5 days, he lay helpless in the dirt, baking in the sun and freezing at night.
Makes sense.
He wasn't alone. His goat found him and stayed by his side. At night, she curled up beside him to keep him warm.
That is very sweet, but why is the goat laying in the poop too, brother? Does it not smell bad for you? W goat though.
Days passed, and without food and water, the man grew weak.
Oh, heck no. Can't you only survive like 3 days without water and then 30 days without food or something?
The goat let him milk her into an old bottle.
Wait, how does he have the freaking bottle if he can't get up? Did the goat bring him the bottle? At this point, the goat should just bring him a shovel so he can get out of the poop.
Getting just enough to survive.
W-mans.
Eventually, he was found and rushed to the hospital, but he swears he wouldn't have made it without her.
Dude, he wouldn't have. What a goat! Get it? Wait, hold on. New title. Buried in manure and saved by a swaglord_K. Get it? Because like I'm swaglord_K and I'm a goat. Please subscribe and like also for more jokes like that one. This one is called Saved by Belly Fat. Ooh. Okay, so is this about Slurpee? He is fat.
The stray bullet struck her right in the stomach.
Oh, heck no.
But started to slow down as it entered her body fat. Layer by layer, the fat absorbed more of the bullet's energy, like a cushion. And by the time time it hit deeper tissue, the bullet had lost most of its force, coming to a stop before hitting any organs and saving her life.
That's crazy. Okay, new method. We're all eating McDonald's. We're becoming super fat, and then we're invincible. We don't need bulletproof vest. We don't need chainmail. We don't need plate armor. We need McDonald's, okay? I don't know why the army just doesn't start getting super fat. Maybe because you can't run, but hey, why do you need to run whenever you're bulletproof, huh? Editor, make me fat. That's the new K. Not this version, this version. That's the new K. Also, I know we're in the middle of the video. You're probably curious why my background's different. I moved my setup upstairs. I'm changing this room to my gaming room. I'm gonna make it super sick because I didn't like my old one. My desk was like in the middle of the room. So I will drop a video soon whenever the setup is done, but it's not done yet. I'm going to change the wall a lot. Anyways, why bees die after they sting you? Ouch! That does sound painful.
When a honeybee stings a human, they actually get stuck for a while.
Wait, this is like a real life clip. This isn't an animation. How old is this video? Oh, it's from 2023? God, that's like 3 years old now. It does have 100 million views though. Wait, I have a question. Was I making videos at the same time as Zack Films? I feel like I remember his channel. This is my old channel, by the way. I used to post shorts. My first video was April 2022. Wow. Okay, so we were uploading videos around the same time. What is Zack Films' first video? His first video was February 2022. Dang, we started like around the exact same time. He has a little more subscribers than I got though. I only got 600,000. Should I go back to Fortnite? Anyways, we gotta continue this bee video. What are we doing?
When a honeybee stings a human, they actually get stuck for a while and can't leave.
Interesting.
And this is because their stinger is barbed, which means it can't retract once it's lodged into
shoot.
something.
So is this why they die after they sting you?
Once the bee finally pulls away, its insides get ripped out because the stinger stays in the skin. This leaves the bee without some of its internal organs, resulting in its death.
Oh, shoot. Okay, that makes a lot of sense, actually. They get stuck and then they just die. Dude, why do they sting anyone? Why can't we just have a truce with the honeybees? Don't sting us, you won't die. It's karma. They get karma for stinging us. Stop stinging us. Don't do that. How long are your blood vessels? This is an interesting question. Hold on. Let's watch this.
If you somehow removed all of the blood vessels in your body
and
tied them together, you might think it would be about this long. But the human body
about a football field, right? That makes sense.
Has thousands of these tiny vessels that weave in and out of every body part. And with all of them combined, if you started in New York, your blood vessels would make it all the way to the Grand Canyon.
No way.
It would go on to reach all the way across the Pacific Ocean.
What?
Over Japan, Asia, and all of Europe.
No way.
And not only would it make it all the way back to your starting point, but it would be able to make this trip 2 to 4 times over.
Yo, what? Brother, I'm 3 Earths tall. The freak? Well, let me see the comments on this.
Hey, I'll tell you, 4 Earths.
Hey, that guy stole my joke, even though he said it first. He stole my joke.
Bro, where even are you?
Everywhere. Skull emoji, skull emoji, skull emoji. If you somehow removed all the blood vessels in your body,
You'd be dead, Zack.
okay, it's actually kind of funny. It's a good comment. Dude, that's actually crazy. We have that many blood vessels, and since I'm like 7 foot tall, I gotta go around the earth like 6 times. And if you want to be 7 foot tall, subscribe, please. Please! How to make your own gum.
Cut off a small piece of rubber from a car tire and dissolve it in a special chemical. Then pour the pieces into sulfuric acid, which turns the rubber into tiny white pellets.
Oh, heck
After
no.
that, mix engine grease with a dissolving solution and freeze it into wax. Combine this with the pellets, adding plastic softeners to get the perfect stretchy texture.
What the
Drizzle
frick?
in some artificial flavoring, as well as blue food coloring and titanium powder to get a stick of gum using almost none of the actual ingredients.
No way that would actually work. Like, is that edible? There's no way that's edible. And is gum made of rubber? Is gum made of rubber?
Yes, modern chewing gum is partly made of food-grade synthetic rubber and plastic, such as bottle rubber and
What? Is gum made of tires?
Most standard chewing gum uses synthetic rubber called, I'm not reading that.
So they use the same rubber in car tires and gum. He said that this is how you make gum without any of the ingredients. Rubber from the tires is one of the freaking ingredients. All right, hold on, let me read these comments.
What flavor is your gum?
Car. That's actually funny. Bro, I'm out of gum. No problem. You got a car? Okay, I like these comments. You guys are funny. Whale vomit is worth millions. Any whales want to throw up on me? Okay, let's watch the video.
When a sperm whale eats a squid, the sharp beak irritates the whale's intestines. To protect itself, the whale coats the beak in a fatty substance. Eventually, it gets pooped out into the ocean where it floats for years. And over time, it hardens, developing a sweet, earthy smell. If you find it washed up on the beach, don't be grossed out. This fatty substance is used to make luxury perfumes and sells for thousands of dollars per pound.
What? Wait, okay, so this was about whale poop, not vomit. I don't know why the title's vomit, but cologne is made of whale poop? What colognes use whale vomit? This brand called Creed. Oh my gosh, Ian uses Creed cologne. Oh, that's crazy. That's actually crazy. Hold on. I actually have cologne right here. I want to smell like whale poop. I want to smell like whale poop. Oh yeah, I smell like whale poop now. Hey ladies, you guys think I'm gonna get the huzz with this one? Let's move on to the next video actually. Why do people put bells on graves? This video here has 108 million views. We haven't even seen his most viewed video by the way yet. So far though, these videos are not saving our lives. I think we have some of those later, but let's watch this one.
Imagine waking up in a coffin and
heck no.
realizing that you were mistakenly buried alive.
That's low-key one of my biggest fears. I'm not even going to lie, that is one of my biggest fears.
Now, this wouldn't happen with the medical guidelines we have today.
Oh, okay, that's good.
In the 19th century, old coffins were found with scratch marks on the inside.
Oh, heck no.
Making this a legitimate concern.
Wait, so how do you not die, but you're asleep for so long that people think you're dead? They put you in a coffin, they have a funeral for you, they lower you into the ground, they cover you in dirt, and you don't wake up. How does that even happen, bro?
So as a solution, they started adding strings inside the coffins that traveled up to the ground and were connected to a little
That's
bell.
genius.
And if you woke up underground in a coffin, you could just ring the bell, signaling that you're still alive.
I wonder how many people had to ring the bell. How many people got buried alive in the 19th century? There's no reliable or total number. Bruh. Is there like an estimate? Oh shoot. 2,700 a year. Bro, that's the estimate. Now it basically never happens because of the science we have today, but back then it was common, dude. 2,700 a year is crazy. How to remove cactus spines. Ugh. I remember one time I actually put my hand on a cactus at my old house and I had like 4 of the spines in me, bro. I had to rip them out. It hurt. Is there a better way to do it? No way there's a better way. No way I did it wrong. Hold on.
If you touch a cactus, you'll probably get the spines stuck in your skin.
Yep, that happened to me.
If you try to pull them out, you can actually break them off in your flesh.
Oh, heck
because
no.
they're so fragile.
That didn't happen to me, luckily.
So instead, you should apply a layer of glue over the area. Once
Really?
it is dried, quickly peel it off in a smooth motion. This will pull out the spines evenly, causing them to stay intact.
Yo. Okay, that wouldn't save my life or anything, but oh my gosh, that would be very helpful. So you don't get freaking cactus spines stuck in your hand that you can't pull out. You gotta go to the doctor for that, dude. Yeah, new method, guys. Use glue to take cactus spines out of you. So if you ever go to the desert, guys, bring your glue. This video is about how octopuses can literally regenerate their limbs. That's kind of scary.
If an octopus loses some of its limbs
Yeah?
and then somehow makes it back into the ocean, you might think it would die from
Yeah?
the open wound.
100%, right?
But they have an ability that allows them to quickly seal the cut
No
before
way.
it becomes infected.
Yo!
Once the wounds begin to heal, new cells can start to reconstruct the missing limbs.
Bro, no
and
way.
after several weeks, new fully functional tentacles regrow.
What? So even if you chop off all of their legs, they'll grow back. Can we do that? Should I chop off my arm right now to find out? Just kidding. We can't do that. That'd be awesome if we could do that. Wish we could do that. Why can't we do that? Can someone invent that? This video I've heard is like the most disturbing Zack D Films video. It's called Toddler Fell into a Well. 65 million views. I'm low-key nervous to watch this one, but here we
A
go.
toddler plummeted into a narrow well in her aunt's backyard.
Oh, heck
she was
no.
trapped 22 feet below the
Yo!
ground. And for 56 agonizing hours, rescuers worked tirelessly to save her.
I can't believe she actually survived there for 56 hours. Like a toddler, don't they need to eat and drink more often? Dude, that's terrifying.
They drilled a parallel shaft and a cross tunnel to reach her,
No
facing
way.
obstacles like hard rock along the way.
Wow.
At one point, the rescuers could hear her singing Winnie the Pooh,
Aw.
a sign she was still alive.
That's so wholesome.
Finally, a paramedic managed to inch his way down and
No
pull
way.
the girl
Whoa.
to safety. The
W-mans.
rescue made baby Jessica a global symbol of hope.
Is that real? Hold on. Baby Jessica Well. So why is there a mugshot? Did she go to jail? No, she was arrested for domestic assault in April of 2026. But the story is true. She was 18 months old and fell into a freaking well in her aunt's backyard in Texas. Well, that's wild. I'm impressed though. Good job, Jessica, for getting out of the well. So this next one can actually save our life. It's called Stuck in a Water Slide.
If you're stuck in a water slide that's filling up with water,
Oh,
most
shoot.
people
That sounds
think
terrifying.
they should try to climb back up. But the slippery
I definitely would not climb back up. I would keep going down.
surface makes this nearly impossible. Instead,
That makes
focus
sense.
on staying calm and try to create space for air by tilting your head back.
Smart.
If water keeps rising, use your hands to push yourself forward.
Bro, I feel like you
If
should be doing that the whole
can't
time.
move, brace yourself as the water fills the slide entirely.
Oh,
Once the pressure equalizes, you may be able to push forward and float to safety.
Hey, W! The first comment is, who the freak would try to go back up? Yeah, who actually would try to go back up? That does not make sense. The fake $100 made from a real $1. Wait, so you can make $100 out of $1? How do I do that 100 times? Well, let's find out.
They soak $1 bills in bleach
Okay.
until the ink dissolves.
Oh, shoot.
And This is because real bills are made from special paper that's hard to recreate.
Okay.
Once all the ink is gone, a real banknote is left behind.
Yo.
And a printer then prints a fake $100 design.
Oh, that's so genius. This is very illegal. Oh, by the way, don't do this.
Now, if someone checks the note at a store, it will pass as a standard test. But if they look a little closer, they'll see it's missing the right UV marks.
Okay, so I feel like most stores wouldn't check for that though. Like if you just go to Target, like the gas station, bro. Like if you're going somewhere like high end, of course they're gonna check, but Target's not checking.
An end to the counterfeit operation.
Hey, we're locking on this, guys. We're quitting our YouTube channels. We're becoming counterfeit criminals. Everyone join me. All right, we're gonna become billionaires and take over the world. Not really, it's very illegal. Don't do it. Let's make our money the real way, the right way. WK, do a wholesome edit, editor. I'm a grown man. Our next video is kind of gross. An island of toenail clippings. 135 million views. Still not his most popular. His most popular, the views are gonna blow you away, okay?
If everyone on Earth clipped their toenails and
Okay,
threw
that's
them
gross.
into the ocean,
Ugh.
you might think they'd float and blanket a huge area.
Yeah, exactly.
Toenails don't actually float.
Oh,
so
actually?
They would pile up at the bottom of the ocean. As over 82 billion clippings rain down, it would choke fish and smother the seafloor until a massive pile broke through the surface.
How do you even come up with this video idea, Zach? Like, actually, this is disgusting.
And after this global clipping, you would have a walkable toenail island, 10 times bigger than Central Park.
Yo, what? Okay, by the way, Central Park is like a park in New York. It's one of the biggest parks in the United States. All right, everyone lock in. Let's start clipping our toenails and let's go to, you know, I don't know, California and throw them into the freaking ocean. Dropping an ant off the Empire State Building. Ooh, interesting. I know if you drop a corner and it lands on someone, it will actually kill them because it turns into like a bullet because of the gravity. So would an ant kill someone or hurt someone or leave a dent in the ground? Let's find out.
If you dropped an ant off the Empire State Building,
Okay.
you might think it would splat on impact.
Yeah, exactly.
But as it fell, the air resistance would create a cushion of drag,
What?
slowing it down. And since it only weighs a fraction of an ounce,
No way.
the force pulling it toward the Earth is tiny. Even when it
I
reached
see.
its highest possible speed, it would still only fall at a few miles per hour.
Wow,
and its
what?
tough shell means it would hit the ground before walking away unharmed.
Yo, how do we get no fall damage like this ant?
Body plot armor. Fun fact.
If I'm not mistaken.
All insects are immune to fall damage.
What? I want to be immune to fall damage. No ants were harmed in this video. No, that's true. He was just dropped off the Empire State Building. It was probably fun. It's probably like skydiving for them, bro. Can we please get no fall damage? How strong are human bones? Let's see.
If you took out one of your bones and somehow molded it into a chunk about this big, you might think it would be completely crushed under the weight of a car.
Yeah, I mean, it's very easy to just break your bones, so that makes
But
sense.
human bones are actually made of a tough mix of minerals and a
Oh, shoot,
stretchy
okay.
protein called collagen.
I
And
knew that.
This makes them so strong that a single cubic inch can support the weight of nearly 5 standard
What?
cars.
How? Hold on, let me see the comments. You know, Zach, I gotta be honest. I never wondered if a car could crush my compressed bone.
That slide when I was a kid must have been really strong then.
Dude, I agree. Like, how? How could you break your arm so easily on a freaking slide, but it can do this? Is it because it's compressed? I don't know, Zach. Make it make sense. Now, we got another video that can save our life. What is the best weapon for zombie apocalypse? What is it, Zach? Tell me what it is. Let's
You
see.
might think shooting zombies is the
Yep.
best defense in the apocalypse.
I'd agree.
But you'll run out of ammo fast.
That's true.
And the sound only attracts attention. Now, a crowbar
true.
could easily crack a zombie skull.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It doubles as a tool. But it's heavy and requires a lot of force to swing, meaning
okay.
you'll get tired fast. A
That's not
baseball
good.
bat is lighter and still has great
Oh my
reach,
gosh.
but it can splinter, and blunt
True.
force might not completely finish off a zombie. Your
So what is the best weapon?
would actually be a good pair of running shoes to outrun the zombies.
Oh my-
or
bro.
at least the other humans.
Okay, Zach, really? That's actually the funniest video yet.
Right the back. They'll turn into humans.
That's actually kind of funny. We're on the second to last video. This one has 111 million views. So this isn't his most popular. It's up there though. It's called the Indestructible Sword Paradox.
If you stuck a long sword out of a car aiming for a tree, the sword would obviously snap and rip from your hands.
Yeah.
But what if the sword is unbreakable? You have an indestructible grip, and your body is physically immovable.
Oh, shoot,
Well,
would
the
it
force
cut
would
the
then
tree?
transfer to the car. It
Oh.
would screech to a halt as the sword hits.
Interesting.
But what if the car can't stop and is forced to keep moving? Now the tree should split in half.
Yeah?
But if the tree is indestructible too, with no way to break, bend, or stop, the energy has nowhere to escape. Would this
Yeah, what would
unleash
happen?
a
What the heck?
massive shockwave?
Probably
as
that, right?
powerful as a nuclear explosion?
Well, that would make sense. I'm assuming that.
Or worse, something reality itself isn't equipped to contain.
Oh, shoot. It could be that. I bet it's just the shockwave, though.
I now understand why anime battles are so destructive.
Oh, that actually makes sense. Yo! Enemies are genius. So this is the final video. It has 253 million views. His most popular, it's called How Stitches Work. I'm actually really curious. I don't know how stitches work, so let's see.
When you get stitches, a doctor threads a needle through your wound and pulls
okay.
it tight to close the skin.
Makes
As
sense.
the stitches hold the edges together, the wound becomes inflamed as
Ugh.
new cells begin to repair the tissue. Afterwards, connective tissues and collagens start to create skin. Then, blood vessels form to nourish these developing tissues,
Okay.
filling in the area. And over a few weeks, the wound will have
shoot.
healed together and the stitches are removed.
That makes a lot of sense. Hey, okay. But out on YouTube, there's a section that shows me what YouTubers you guys watch. The first guy on the list name is His Story. And he's apparently one of the fastest growing YouTube channels on the entire platform. He told me he got 50,000 subscribers in a day. So we're going to find out who is this guy? Why is he the fastest growing channel? And we're just going to react to all of his content because apparently it's amazing. Also, everyone, you should join His Story's Discord. I'm going to leave it in the description down below. I got this list right here, videos for K to react to. His Story actually put this together for me of all of his best videos. And we're just going to go through this and leave our honest opinions. Me and you together. So let's lock in. First video is all you can eat.
I got banned from an all-you-can-eat buffet, so
What?
I made sure the owner never forgot my face. I
Okay.
spent the whole day before starving myself on purpose. So when I walked into that buffet, I loaded my first plate so high, the server stopped and watched me carry it to my table. I could
Dang, boy.
see the steam rising off the ribs as I sat
Whoa,
down. I
that's
took
so
my
many
first
ribs.
bite
What the-
and savored every second.
Okay, so it seems like he starved himself so he can eat as many as possible.
That was just the start. Second plate, I went back for lasagna, mashed potatoes, and a pile of garlic bread. By my third plate,
No way
the
he eats
servers
all of this.
started slowing down every time they walked past my table.
Oh.
One of them stopped and just stared at me like I was eating her groceries. By my
Dang, the servers are actually mad about this? Hey, bro, it's an all you can eat. He's taking advantage of it. I respect it.
fifth plate, I caught a tiny Asian man peeking out at me from behind the soda machine
Nice.
every few seconds. Plate 7, I
Dude, why is this like the creepiest all you can eat place? Why are all the employees so strange?
stacked another round of ribs on my tray like building blocks and grabbed
How much is this dude gonna eat? He's actually gonna make them go out of stock.
a handful of brownies from the kids section. That was it for him. He marched out from behind the machine with 2 workers behind him.
What?
Stop eating. You here since 4 o'clock. My cooks are crying. I pointed at the sign on the wall. It says all you can eat. He told
Yeah, bro, it says all you can eat. Lock in, brother.
me to get out. I stood up, walked right past him, and started making plate 8. He
No
pulled
way.
out his phone and called the cops. I sat back down and kept eating.
Can he go to jail for this? Like, technically, he didn't do anything wrong. The employees are just mad and the cooks are making a lot of food.
Manager followed us to the door. You banned forever. I put your picture on the wall so nobody
Wow,
forget you
what?
face. So I got revenge. The next week I sat down at my kitchen table and designed
Okay.
a flyer. Free lobster tail night. First 100 guests eat free.
No
I printed
way.
200 copies and spent a whole afternoon sliding them under windshields all over
Bro, he's gonna send like hundreds of people to that all you can eat place. And those people think they're gonna be able to eat for free. And the restaurant is gonna have to kick everyone out or they're just gonna get robbed of food. Let's see
town.
which one.
That Friday night, I bought a box of ribs from the place across the street and sat on the hood of my car in
Smart.
his parking lot. By 6, the lot was full. By 7, people were lined up out the door,
No
waving
way.
flyers in the air, demanding their free lobster. The manager came outside,
What?
sweating through his shirt. I don't have lobster. This a buffet. What I look like Gordon Ramsay. A woman in the front started banging on the window.
No way.
A man in the back yelled they weren't leaving until they got their lobster.
No
Someone
way.
picked up a pile of dog poop off the ground and launched it right at his
Oh
face.
my
The
gosh.
manager was spinning in circles, screaming,
Bro.
and that's when he saw me. I held up a rib and took a bite. Delicious.
Dang, I guess never mess with his story. That video there had 20 million views. Dang. Dang, that is a lot of views. If someone who is actually eating all they can eat and you're bothered by it as a manager, you better put your prices up higher. If someone can eat as much as 8 plates in a buffet, then you better let them enjoy their meal. I agree with this. Now this one is about wetting the bed at a sleepover. Dude, he probably does not want to admit to that. So my guess is he's going to try to, clean it up without waking anyone up or something like that. Let's see.
I woke up at a sleepover and realized I had
Oh,
2
whoa.
hours
You guys see his eyes? He's like one blue and one green. That's cool.
to save my entire reputation before anyone else woke up. I reached
shoot.
down and touched
2
the
hours.
fabric and realized I had wet the bed.
Oh,
I
heck
lay
no.
there completely still, listening
Y'all ever peed the bed at a sleepover? I have not. I've come very close. I used to pee myself at my friend's house all the time when I was 3, though. I don't know why I just told you guys that.
to 4 other guys breathing around me in the dark.
yeah,
It
you don't
was
wanna wake them
5
up?
a.m. If anyone woke up before I fixed this, I would have to switch schools. My
that'd be
backpack was
horrible.
next to the couch.
Okay.
I got to it on my hands and knees, moving so slow
Did he
my
bring
arms
clothes?
started shaking, and unzipped it 1 inch at a time. I pulled out my backup pajamas,
Oh,
and
fire.
then Brandon sat straight up, not
heck
rolled
no.
over, sat up. I froze with the backpack pressed to my
Brandon, big as heck, dude. He's about to get caught.
chest. He swung his legs off the couch, stood up, and walked right past me. His foot landed maybe 4 inches from my hand. I didn't breathe.
Oh
He
my
kept
gosh.
walking, opened the bathroom door, and I heard him pee for what felt like a year. I finally heard his footsteps coming back. I stared at the carpet and prayed he wouldn't look down. He didn't. He flopped back onto the couch,
Wow.
and within 30 seconds, he was snoring again. I sat
That's
there
crazy.
shaking for a full minute before I could move.
He literally almost got caught by the big dude right there. That would have been very, very bad. How is he
I
gonna pull this
tiptoed
off,
to the
though?
bathroom,
Okay.
changed into my backup pajamas, and
Nice.
stuffed the wet
Saved his
clothes
pants.
into a plastic grocery bag from under the sink.
Genius.
Back in the living room, I grabbed the sleeping bag from the bottom and started dragging it toward the hallway. It
So
made
smart.
a soft shushing sound across the carpet,
Oh,
and I
yikes.
stopped every 2 seconds, certain someone had heard. Halfway across the room, Josh's phone lit up right next to
Oh,
his
nah.
head, making his whole face blue. I froze again. He muttered something, rolled over, and the screen went dark. I
Oh,
waited
dude, that
a
was
full
actually
minute
close.
Before I moved.
That was actually so close. I'd be terrified right now. I'm not gonna lie. I think I would wake up one of my friends and ask for help. What would you guys do? Let me know. But let's keep watching this. Is he
I
gonna
got
be
the
able to
sleeping
pull this
bag
off?
into the laundry room, stuffed it into the machine with the grocery bag of wet clothes, and turned the dial as slow as I could. The click sounded like a
Oh,
door
he's
slamming.
washing it?
I turned it one more
No way he's washing it, bro. That's crazy.
notch, and the machine started filling with water, and I exhaled for what felt like the first time in an hour. Then the hallway light came on. Josh's mom was standing at the other end of the
Oh,
hall
heck
in a
no. Is he
row,
gonna have to
arms
self-report?
crossed, looking right at me. I opened my mouth. I spilled milk on my sleeping bag and didn't want it to sit overnight and smell. She didn't say anything for a long second. She just looked at me. Then she walked past me into the laundry room, opened the cabinet above the machine, pulled down a bottle of detergent
she's
I
gonna
hadn't
help him?
seen, and set it on top of the dryer. Use this one, she said. It
What a
works better
goat.
on accidents. Then she pointed at a closet behind me and said there was an extra blanket in there, turned off the light, and went back to her room. I poured the detergent in.
Wow, no way that actually worked, dude. He almost got caught by Mama right there. Anyways, Mama was kind of fine, though.
I got the blanket, went back to the living room, and laid down. Brandon was on his back
Impressive.
snoring. Josh hadn't moved. Only one person knew, and she wasn't going to say a word.
Wait, the mom actually knew what happened? No way, and she didn't self-report? What a goat. W mom. W mom. The mom already knew everything before he even started explaining. Yeah, honestly, that's how it is. Moms just know this sort of thing. The mom is a lifesaver? Not for real. Beyblade, Let It Rip. 19 million views on this one. It looks like they're playing Beyblades. Let's see.
Brennan slammed his Beyblade down onto the girl with Down syndrome's tray and shredded her sandwich into
No.
pieces. She sat there stunned, tears
Bro, that's actually messed up. Why did he do that, dude? Frick Brennan, bruh.
welling up in her eyes. I turned to him
weird.
furious. You think it's okay to do that to her? Brennan
right?
smirked. Yeah, she's a window licker. He turned
Whoa. Nah, beat this Brennan dude up. Let it rip in his freaking face and then rip off his peanut. I didn't say that.
and walked off without looking back. Something inside me snapped. I stood up on the bench, pointed across the cafeteria, and screamed, I challenge you to a Beyblade duel. The whole
No
cafeteria
way.
gasped and turned to look. Brennan
That's Aura.
stopped mid-step. He slowly turned around with this evil grin spreading across his face.
That's frickin'
You're
Aura.
on. Me and my boys versus you. Loser licks the bird poop off the table by the playground. But
No way. Okay, this would be so much aura like in elementary school, I'm not gonna lie.
by the time we got to the picnic table, the entire playground had circled around it, 3 kids deep. Cohen pulled out a Beyblade with flames on it. Tate had a dragon. Brennan was twirling a black one with red spikes between his fingers.
I think he's gonna have to beat all 3 of these dudes. That's insane. A 3v1. I think he's gonna probably take them on each one at a time though. Can he do it?
Beyblade let it rip. 4 Beyblades hit the dirt, and sparks shot up wherever Ragnarok made contact.
Whoa.
Crack. Ragnarok drilled into Cohen's, and it shattered into
What?
4 pieces.
Ragnarok's
Cohen dropped to his
insane.
knees, sobbing. It was my birthday present. Ragnarok ricocheted off the wreckage and slammed into Tate's dragon. The whole thing launched
What
out of
the-
the ring
no way.
straight at Tate's face and knocked 3 of his
Whoa.
teeth clean
Oh,
out.
heck
He
no.
laughed again, saw blood, and ran off crying. Brennan was the only one left. His Beyblade was wobbling backwards, trying to escape. He dropped to his knees and shoved his bare hand into the ring
No
to
way.
block Ragnarok. Too
No
late.
way.
Ragnarok smashed through into his Beyblade, and it exploded.
Wow.
A shroud of plastic slicing
No.
the palm open. He yanked his hand back.
Oh,
screaming,
heck no.
but
Why is this so violent? What the frick? Beyblades have never been this violent. What the frig his story?
half of his Beyblade flew up and landed dead center in the bird poop
Oh,
on the picnic
deserved.
table.
Loki
Ragnarok
deserved.
kept spinning alone in the middle of the ring. The whole playground exploded.
Ragnarok's a
Marley!
beast.
Marley! Marley! Brennan stumbled toward Marley, clutching his hand. Cohen shuffling behind him, still sobbing. He stopped in front of her and stared at the ground. I'm sorry. Marley's face slowly broke into the biggest smile I'd ever seen. She raised her
Aw.
middle finger. I forgive you too. Then she
Oh, one's goated.
Pointed at the picnic table. Loser licks the table. Both of them dropped to their knees and licked while the entire playground watched.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they get, bro. Don't make fun of people like that. It's not okay. We all dreamed of this as a kid. That's true. That's true. But for me, it was more like I challenge you to a Fortnite 1v1, and then everyone watches and like I won. That would have been the aura right there. Beyblade cannot be this serious game. Hey, bro, it is this serious, all right? It is. Next, we got this video called Don't Touch This Chocolate, 7 million views. I'm pretty sure each video, his story actually likes more because he gave me this list. With that being said, the last one we watched will be his favorite video, if that makes sense. And the first one was, you know, not his least favorite, but his least favorite of his favorites. But let's watch this next one.
The fat kid next door pounded on my door.
Okay.
Have you seen my chocolate bar? I opened up and he was already
Holy moly, that boy fat. What the freak?
Jabbing a finger at my chest. My Hershey's cookies and cream bar. The big white one. Someone ate it. I shrugged. I haven't seen it. He immediately spun around and roared down the whole street. Whoever ate my chocolate is dead. You hear me? Dead. Everyone on the street froze because we all knew whoever ate it was screwed. He crossed his arms. Fine. I'll just have to find the criminal myself.
Why would they even eat his food, dude? Look at him. He's gonna eat the person that ate it.
He stormed into his house and came back outside with a remote-controlled drone and a roll of duct tape.
What?
More people gathered to watch as he started taping himself to the drone.
Dude, no way
Whoever
this
took
works.
it better watch out.
No way
I'm
this
coming
works.
for you. In seconds, he launched
Dude, you're gonna
himself
break the
into
drone.
air,
What?
scanning every backyard and screaming that the thief couldn't hide from him.
Does that
Doors
work?
opened all down the street and people ran out waving their own
Okay, who's the thief? Do we think his story ate it? I'm not gonna lie, I think his story ate
chocolate
it.
bars up at
And now he's about to become the white chocolate bar.
him, trying to talk him down. Someone held up a fresh Hershey's and he swatted it clean out of the air. It's not the same. I want mine. But the drone started
Bro, just
sputtering
take that
under
one,
his
it's
weight,
fine.
dipping toward the road while the duct tape started to peel. He looked around
Uh-oh, the
frantically.
drone's breaking.
Watch out. He started heading right towards
Oh,
me,
nah.
and I
Oh,
sprinted
nah.
so I wouldn't be the one
His
to break
story's
his
fried.
fall. He tumbled to the ground, and when I turned to get a closer look, I saw a corner of
survived.
white wrapper
Okay, he's
poking
good.
out of his back pocket. Check your back pocket, I shouted
Bro,
at
he
him.
had it the whole
He
time?
reached back, yanked out a crushed, empty Hershey's wrapper, and went still as the whole street fell silent. I ate it. Whoever ate it was screwed, and it was him. The drone gave one last sputter and pushed him straight into my bush,
Oh,
while
my.
his hand still gripped the empty wrapper.
That was actually the most interesting one yet. So the kid had it the whole freaking time. So you get for being so fat, dude. I'm surprised the tape and drone could hold him. I agree. Respect to the drone for even holding him in the air. Dude, where do we get a drone like that? It's like a military grade drone. The definition of a lost aura. Yeah, no, the aura is absolutely eliminated for this kid. It's 23 million views. I just read this. This story may be based on real events. Ooh, okay. Let's see what the aura is here. Dude, I used to want to like do a bottle flip in front of my entire school and land it. I thought that would be the most aura in the world.
I flipped the water bottle and watched it land, and the whole class went
Wow.
berserk. Our
Aura.
teacher had said if I got it 10 times in a row, there'd be no homework for
way.
midterm, and I only needed one more flip. Everyone gathered round, and I took a deep breath, swinging it precisely. It came off my hand perfectly
Is it gonna
and
land?
started rotating through the air as planned. I smiled because I was about to go down as class
No
legend,
way.
but then I saw a hand fly through the air, and right as my bottle was about to land, the hand slapped it off course.
The teacher
bottle
slapped
flew
it?
into the wall and fell. I looked over to see who hit it and saw the teacher grinning ear to ear.
Bruh, are you kidding me? This teacher weird.
Nobody cheats my class. We started protesting, but he shouted to sit down, and whoever doesn't sit in the next 5 seconds will get double the homework. He then went handing out the 5,000-word essay due in 7 days.
Bro, frick that. I actually would not write that. ChatGPT's doing that for me. Just kidding, guys. Do your homework. The teacher definitely did not think that his story was going to land 9 in a freaking row.
With a
dude.
smile. Format your references as I asked, or you fail automatically. He sat at his desk and started flipping his own bottle
What?
to mock us. But that's when a kid from the back started laughing. The teacher leaned forward. What are you laughing at? But the kid just kept laughing and pointing behind him. The teacher started storming over, red in the face. What are you laughing at? But then suddenly he stopped, and his face changed color. The bottle I'd flipped was standing. Turns out when he'd hit it, it bounced off the wall
Oh
straight
my
on
gosh.
and fell down landing perfectly upright. I'd officially flipped it 10 times in a row, and he had no choice but to take the essays off our desk.
Yo, that's legendary. That's actually so legendary.
His jaw was clenched the whole time.
Wow. Wow. The one dude who laughed and pointed at the bottle is now the class legend. He will be immortalized. Yeah, low key, that dude is the class legend. Nobody cheats my class. So are you the one who cheated? True. I'd call him a good boy to top it all off. All right, next video.
My twin brother Chris and I were 9 when we learned Morse code.
Okay.
We tapped messages
way.
under the dinner table when mom told us to stop talking and
That's an advanced thing to learn at 9, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
tapped through the wall between our bedrooms every night. When Chris got into a car accident and the doctor said he'd never wake up, I pulled up a chair next to his bed, took his hand, and tapped. Are you there? Nothing. But I came back the next afternoon and tapped again. Before I left, I always said the same thing. See you tomorrow, Chris. A week later,
Oh my
Chris's
gosh.
fingers twitched against mine, and I almost
Hopefully Chris wakes up, dude.
fell out of my chair. I grabbed a nurse and she barely looked up. They're reflexes. It doesn't mean anything. I bought a notebook the next day and started writing down every single one. 4 months in, Mom watched me scribbling and said, "How long are you gonna keep doing this?"
Mom is back. Yoo-hoo, Mom.
You're talking to a corpse. Dad lasted a few more months before he pulled me into the hallway. We need to talk about donating your brother's organs. His fingers move every time I hold his hand, Dad. The nurses said those are reflexes. Stop getting your hopes up, son. I don't care what the nurses say. You're not donating my brother's organs. But a week later, my parents called to have Chris transferred to a long-term facility to die.
Bro, they want to kill the brother? Come on, have some hope, dude. I believe in Chris. This one's actually intense.
And scheduled a meeting to sign the papers. The afternoon before the meeting, I tapped into his palm like always, but this time, something tapped back. Short, short, short. Long, long, long. Short, short, short.
way.
SOS. I grabbed his hand. "Chris, if that's you, squeeze once." He squeezed so hard my knuckles cracked.
Oh my
I
gosh.
stormed into the meeting room and told them my brother just responded to me. The caseworker said, "This is very common with families who aren't ready to let go." My parents nodded. I grabbed the transfer papers off the table. "You're not signing anything until you come see for yourself." I walked them to Chris's bed and grabbed his hand. "Ask him anything." The caseworker asked what year it was. Chris squeezed out the answer. Count to 5. 5 perfect squeezes.
Wow.
His mother's name, tapped out letter by letter. By the 10th question, she said, "He's still alive. We can't move him." Weeks
He literally is still alive. Come on, dude. This is actually like making my heart race.
later, I asked Chris what kept him fighting when everyone gave up. Heard Mom call me a corpse. Heard Dad say donate my organs. Heard all of them leave, except you. I asked why. I wanted to see you too.
Wow, that was so wholesome. I think that's his most popular video. Yeah, it has 74 million views. L parents, bro, literally. Now, there is a part 2 to this one. So we will see, does Chris actually finally wake up? Here it is.
The second my mom pulled up to my school, I saw she was mad. And as soon as I opened the car door,
that
she
Chris?
held up my report card. "Are you kidding me? Not a single A on here." I tried to tell her I was sorry. I tried my best. She threw it at me. "Maybe if you didn't stay up all night tapping that dumb secret code on your brother's wall, you'd actually be able to focus." I felt my heart beating. I pulled out my phone to text my brother. "Mom's really mad. I think she might," but she grabbed it from my hand. Always on this stupid phone too. I could see her face turning red.
Mom
but
is
when
not
I looked
happy.
forward, "Mom, watch out."
Uh-oh.
She saw the car too and screamed. It smashed right into us. Glass was everywhere, and I hit my head. I didn't know where I was. I tried to open my eyes, but nothing was moving. Then I heard someone, "Listen, kid, he's never gonna wake up." "No, please, he has to." It was
Oh, shoot. Okay, I understand. This is Chris's point of view of the coma, not his story's point of view, Chris's. Okay, so let's keep watching this.
my brother. I tried moving my hands, screaming. Nothing worked. But then, someone tapped my hand. I instantly recognized it. "Chris, are you there?" I squeezed my hand as hard as I could, but it didn't move. But he stood up. "See you tomorrow, Chris." I felt a tear roll down my cheek. Someone else came in. "We should just pull the plug. I'm not paying for a vegetable. We'll get more money from donating anyways." It was my mom.
That's what Dad said? Oh, Mom said that. What?
She was talking about selling me, but I was still here. Jake came back, tapping about his day. I knew I had to warn him. I
Okay, so his story's name is Jake. That's good to know. We know his name is Jake.
squeezed my arm. It felt like concrete. "Please, anything. They'll kill me." Then it twitched. He gasped. He ran out to grab them. "That's just a reflex." "No, it's him. You're talking to a corpse." That night, I heard my mom. "He's gone. We need to pull the plug." I
Dude, he's not gone, brother. He's awake.
tried to move. Then, my shoulder twitched. My dad screamed. He moved." They were silent. "If he wakes up, we get nothing. We need to get that paperwork signed."
Mom wanted to sell him the whole time for the money? Bro. What? I didn't know that. I thought the parents just didn't believe it.
ran out, and I knew I didn't have long. I felt someone tap my hand again. "Chris, please wake up. They're gonna kill you." I squeezed. I needed a miracle. Then, my fingers moved. I said the first thing I thought of. SOS. "Chris,
Oh
I
my
knew
gosh.
it." He instantly ran out of the room. "Guys, he's awake. He's awake." They rushed in. I squeezed their hands. They saw it all. I heard my mom. "He's still alive. We can't move him."
Yeah, you can't move him. He is still alive. Stop it.
But I knew what she said. That night, I tapped it all out to my brother as he wrote it down. He couldn't believe it. Then, when I finally opened my eyes, they gasped. My mom hugged me. "Honey, you're alive." But I didn't hug her back. The doors opened behind them, and when the cops walked in, my parents looked nervous. "What's going on? Can we help you?" They were pissed. They slammed them both in handcuffs, and when they looked, Jake was holding up everything I said. I could barely move my arm, but used all my strength to raise my hand. Then my middle finger.
Wow, that was aura on his parents, bro. Actual L parents. I can't believe they're trying to sell their kid for the money, bro. Are we serious? That one has 13 million views. That middle finger at the end was deserved. Yeah, it was. Next, we got I Snuck Out. 20 million views, bro. His story gets so many views. He's almost at 4 million subscribers now. Holy motion. He was like 3.5 like literally 2 days ago.
I climbed into my bed with a grin, feeling my jeans press against the duvet covers. My dad came over and leaned against my door. I'm sorry I said no to you going to the party, son, but I know the kids there. It's
Whoa, his dad is jacked, dude. I'd be scared of my dad too. I'm not gonna lie, I'd be this dad. My son is never going to a party. He can go to birthday parties, but none of those like high school parties, bro. Those weird stuff happens. Don't become partiers, guys. Stay away from parties, stay away from drugs, stay away from alcohol. You'll accomplish all your dreams. I promise. Let's keep watching this.
too dangerous. He walked back to his room, and I
Dang, his dad
instantly
is
got up
ripped.
from the covers. I laced up my Jordans and climbed out my window the second I
No
heard
way.
snoring. I
Oh.
walked into that party and was immediately surrounded by college kids twice my
What?
size. I grabbed a red cup and filled it with juice to fit in.
That is
then
not
pulled
juice.
out my phone to take pictures so I could show everyone how cool I was.
That ain't no juice,
then I
bruh.
heard yelling in the backyard. I walked over with loose legs to seem nonchalant
Is it his
and
dad?
saw two people punching
Oh my-
each other. I put my hands up and yelled, "Fight," like everyone else. But then a gunshot rang out. Then another one. The music stopped.
Oh, heck
and
no.
everyone started running. I got knocked to the floor.
Bro,
and
they just
dozens of
killed that
feet
kid.
Instantly stampeded me, stepping on my head, my
Dude, they just-
fingers and my legs. My red cup spilled and ruined my Jordans as more gunshots
Oh
echoed
my
around me. I
gosh.
laid on the floor, afraid I was going to die, when I spotted a bathroom. I crawled into it and shut the door quietly as I could, but another
Yeah, that's why you don't go to parties, guys.
gunshot sounded out just outside. I pulled out my phone with trembling hands. Dad, I'm so sorry. I snuck out to the party. There's someone here shooting and I'm hiding in a bathroom. Please help. I instantly heard him running and grabbing his car keys. I'm coming right now. He hung up.
Oh
and
my
I
gosh.
pressed
At
my
least he
knees
called his dad. Yeah, if you guys ever do something dumb like this, call your parents if you need help.
to my chest, listening to the sound of reloading outside. Then headlights swung through the window. Dad was running barefoot into the house
What
in
a
his
goat.
pajamas. I heard him scream my name, but then a gunshot cracked
No.
outside. Something dropped, and my whole body locked up. I went to scream Dad, but I caught myself, and suddenly, the handle started rattling. I curled up into a ball,
Oh, heck
arms
no.
over my head, thinking
Oh,
this
heck
was
no.
it. But then Dad opened the door. Blood dripped
What
from
a
a bullet
goat.
wound in his arm, but he just pulled me to my feet. We walked past the attacker, who was now laying on the floor.
Holy
and when we
frick,
got
dang,
in
that
the
dude
car,
is
he
fat.
peeled out, driving one-handed in total silence. The bullet stayed lodged in his injured
Wow.
arm. I looked at him, not saying a word, and just broke. I'm sorry, Dad. I'm so sorry. But he just kept his eyes on the road. It's okay, kid. You still called me, even when you knew I'd told you no. That means more to me than you could ever know.
Aw.
He pulled into my favorite diner. I'll always come get you, no matter what.
That was wholesome. That was very wholesome. That was actually my favorite one yet, guys. Now we got lifeguard wouldn't listen. What? Okay. That lifeguard need to get fired. I can already tell by the title. Let's see what happens. Let's see what I bet the lifeguard is gonna get like sucked up by a wave.
Once I see lightning or hear thunder, then I'll blow my whistle, same as always. I heard laughter behind me and turned to see a mother and her child playing in the sand. I waved off the lifeguard and crouched by the mother and her kid. You two need to get off the beach, now. She nodded toward the chair and smiled. I'll wait for the lifeguard to call it. We've been planning this trip for months. The wind had already kicked up around us, but she turned back to the sandcastle. Next, I tried the man with the metal detector.
Why
He
is
kept
no one
his head
believing
down,
him?
Sweeping. That mean the tide's coming in? I haven't found a thing all day. I grabbed the detector to stop him. If you want to find treasure tomorrow, you need to leave now. He yanked it back. Okay,
Is the storm
Grandpa,
gonna be that
no need
bad?
to be crazy. Behind him, the whole sky over the water had gone black, but he just kept sweeping.
Why is no one listening to him if the sky is going freaking black?
The waves were climbing
listen.
higher up the sand every minute, and there were too many people left to warn.
Yo.
So I dug the old whistle out of my book bag, the one I used to warn my crew, and blew it exactly the way the lifeguard would during an emergency. The
Genius.
whole beach grabbed their
Genius.
things and ran. The lifeguard scrambled down from his chair, trying to wave everyone back, but
Actually,
I kept blowing
genius.
my whistle. He
Nice.
stormed up to me, waving his fist in the air. You know I can call the cops on you for that, right?
That lifeguard is totally gonna get what he deserves.
I pointed at the black clouds. Go ahead. They won't be here in time. The lifeguard went back to his chair to grab his phone, and I
Oh my
ran from
gosh.
the beach. Within minutes, the storm hit. I
Yo.
was sitting in a nearby cafe, watching the rain come down so hard that I couldn't see through it, and the
Holy
thunder shook the building.
smokes.
When the storm was finally over, I went back out to the beach to find that the lifeguard's chair had been sucked out to sea by the waves.
Wow.
I searched into the night, but the beach was wiped clean, except for the lifeguard's
Nah.
whistle. He was still waiting for his lightning, but the storm didn't wait for him. The whistle was there, and he was gone.
Bro, are you serious? The lifeguard got sucked up. Yeah, he low-key deserved that. I'm not gonna lie. That's bro's fault. Fat freaking lifeguard. Probably can't run. Mr. Orange-haired guy has experienced everything. He really has, bro. Next we got, I couldn't afford a football with 12 million views. Holy moly, boy.
I handed my son a ball of garbage on his 9th birthday.
Bro, what?
I couldn't afford a football, but I spent all night making this for you. He
That's
started
wholesome.
dribbling it around our poor African village. I love it, Baba. One day I'll be a famous footballer in the World Cup, and I'm going to be so rich I'll buy you whatever you want. I didn't know what to say because I didn't think that could ever come true. But a week later, a volunteer from a charity truck dropped off food and clothes, and he stopped to watch my son juggle that garbage ball 50 times without a drop.
What?
Where did he learn that? He asked. I told him he taught himself, and he laughed and yelled, if he keeps that up, I'll see him at the World Cup. My boy's whole face lit up with a smile. It's meant to be, Baba. I'm meant to be a football star. The
Dude, if this kid becomes freaking Ronaldo, that's gonna be awesome.
volunteer climbed into the supply truck and came back out with real football shoes and a real football.
What?
For the next 2 years, he'd kick the football while every kid in the neighborhood watched and cheered.
Wow.
But everything changed when a football academy was running trials in the
Whoa.
city. I sold our goat for 2 bus tickets there. My son lined up beside boys in clean kits, the garbage ball still in his bag, and I was sure they'd send him home, but they kept him. And for 5 years, all I heard from him were postcards. Until one night, my phone lit up in the dark, and he could barely speak. Baba, I made the national team, and we're going to the World Cup.
What?
And 3 weeks later, I sat in a stadium of 80,000 strangers with
This is crazy. No way.
the cracked badge of our village on my chest. The teams walked out under the lights, and I found my son in the line, the flag on his chest. Before the whistle, he jogged to the sideline and pulled a ball of garbage out of his kit bag. He dropped it onto his foot and juggled it, once, twice, in front of the whole world. The boy who promised to buy me whatever I wanted pressed that ball of garbage to his chest, pointed it up at me, and I came apart in a stadium full of strangers.
That was the most wholesome video I think I've ever watched, bro. Every kid has a dream of helping out their parents one day, and this kid did it. That is so awesome. Now we have my pet. All right, so it looks like Jake is a kid again in this video.
My pet chimpanzee named Lemon into class for show and tell, but the teacher immediately yelled, "That thing is dangerous. It's gonna
Yeah, that is dangerous. They'll rip off your freaking limbs, dude. And is that not the fat kid from earlier?
attack someone." I looked at Lemon calmly eating an apple in his shades and assured her he was fine. But
Dude, yeah, Lemon's only 2 apples tall. He ain't hurting no one.
then a kid opened his bag. "I'm gonna prove that chimp's dangerous." He threw a thick textbook at Lemon's head,
What?
hitting him and knocking his glasses to the
What the-
floor. I heard Lemon whimper, and he immediately cowered behind me, trembling and holding his apple close to his chest.
Dude, that kid's so mean. Poor Lemon, bro. I feel bad for saying Lemon's gonna rip off people's limbs now. I feel really bad.
I looked around. See, he's not dangerous, but everyone was already pointing at the door. We don't want a rabid animal in our classroom. I turned back to Lemon's terrified eyes and decided it wasn't worth it. Fine, we'll leave. But while walking out, the alarm suddenly blared. Lockdown. This is not a drill. I heard a rifle reloading.
What?
And my blood ran cold. Everyone instantly panicked and scrambled under their desks,
I think Lemon's looking gonna take down the shooter. That's my guess.
making noise as they did. Lemon clung to my chest, shaking, and we ran to hide. But then the door handle began rattling.
Oh,
a
heck
bullet
no.
rifled through and hit the window inches from our
What?
teacher's head. Someone screamed, "We're gonna die," as the lock began splintering. I lay there, thinking this was it.
Oh my
but then
gosh.
Lemon jumped off my chest.
No way.
Lemon, no. But
Lemon's
he
a
was already
freaking
running to
goat.
the door. The lock broke and burst open, and the shooter stepped in, his finger on the trigger. But Lemon was already in the air.
No
His
way.
eyes
No, don't
widened
shoot
in
Lemon.
horror as
Don't
he
shoot
saw
Lemon.
a chimpanzee in a chain flying at him, and he
Oh,
raised his
no
gun.
way.
But Lemon's fist was already
Bro!
on his forehead. It connected
Yo!
so hard
Lemon's
I
the
heard a
goat!
crack, and he fell and dropped the gun. Lemon immediately began mauling him while he screamed for help, but I only called him off after someone kicked the gun away. He jumped into my arms while the shooter laid there in agony
W.
without a
Lemon.
face, and the whole class was now hailing Lemon as the school legend. I could bring him when I wanted to.
What a goat. What a goat. W. Lemon, bro. And our last one is Real Life Among Us. Let's see. This one's gonna be awesome.
Me and my friends played real life Among Us,
Okay.
and things
Wait,
got
what?
crazy.
They're
we
killing
were all
each other?
planning our friend's birthday when our idiot friend, Smooth Brain Bradley, started tweaking out. "I don't think this is a good idea. What if someone takes it too far?" We comforted him. "Don't worry. If it's too much, we'll stop the game. I'm not worried about you." When the day came, we were all dressed up when Smooth Brain Bradley started pacing. "I don't think we should do this. Something is bound to go wrong." We made the mistake of ignoring him and just started the game.
Why would anything go wrong? Are they actually killing each other?
I started running around doing my tasks when I walked into a dark room. I turned the lights back on. My friend was lying on the ground. A hole in his thigh was pouring with blood. "What the hell happened?" I screamed while putting my shirt on the wound. Someone called an ambulance and we rushed to the hospital.
I'll guarantee it was freaking Bradley. I'll guarantee Bradley's shooting people because he's so stupid and thought it was real.
And as soon as the nurses said our friend would be okay, I turned to the group. "How did this happen?" Suddenly, Smooth Brain Bradley jumped out of his seat. "Hey, I told you guys this wasn't a good idea. What did you think would happen?" grin. We all gasped in unison. Were you the imposter? He nodded while staring at the floor. Did you think we wanted the imposter to use a knife? He nodded again. Our injured friend laughed.
Bro.
Don't worry, I won't press charges. You may be a little slow, but you're a good dude.
That was a video of all time. I liked that one. My favorite was definitely probably the soccer one. I really like the soccer one. That one was really good. Hello. The other day we reacted to his story. People are saying that he's the best animation channel on all of YouTube, even better than Zack D Films. And he's also like the fastest growing channel on the platform as well. But what I didn't know is there is another channel just like his. It's called Her Story. Essentially, it's like the girl version of his story. Maybe it's a girlfriend or something. Does his story get Rizzy? I'm a grown man. Anyways, when I found out who she was, I did some research on her and she's gaining like 100,000 subscribers or more a week. Last time I checked her channel, she had 1.2 million. Now she has 1.9. So I reached out to her and she said we should check out her channel so we can find out why she's growing so fast and is she better than her male counterpart, his story. So I made a list of all her best videos. Let's get into this.
My teacher fed me pineapple, which I'm allergic to, so I brought my own treats to class as
What?
revenge. I've had a pineapple allergy my whole life, and I've nearly unalived from it so many times I can't even watch SpongeBob anymore without
Why would her teacher feed her that, bruh? Teachers are usually very wary about allergies. This teacher does not have a brain, it seems.
getting anxious. So when Mrs. Wallace walked into chemistry class with a huge pan of pineapple upside-down cake, everyone groaned because her baking was terrible. She said, I stayed up all night making this for you ungrateful kids.
Ooh.
Lucky for me, I had the perfect excuse. I politely told her that I was deathly allergic to pineapple, but it looked amazing, and everyone else would love it. Mrs. Wallace's face turned red, and she said, I don't think so, young lady. Sit down and try a piece.
What? She's making her eat it? Okay, apparently this girl's gonna get revenge though, so we'll see how that goes.
Literally can't eat pineapple. I don't even have my EpiPen today because I didn't know there would be pineapple at school. You're lying. Nobody's allergic to pineapple. It's not even native to where white people live. That's exactly why I'm allergic to it. The whole class was dead silent. Everyone knew about my allergy because I'd had reactions at school before from someone's tropical fruit salad and even from touching a desk where someone had spilled pineapple juice.
Dang, she's that allergic? That's crazy.
Mrs. Wallace walked over to my desk and put a huge piece of cake in front of me. The pineapple chunks were oozing juice all over the chocolate cake part, which looked burnt. Either you eat this cake or I drop everyone's grade a full letter. Everyone stared at me. Kayla mouthed, don't do it. But Tommy looked panicked because he was already at a C- and couldn't go back to summer school. I looked at that disgusting cake and thought about my mom. She couldn't afford another hospital bill. We were still paying off the last one from when I accidentally drank someone's pina colada at the mall thinking it was lemonade. But the whole class was counting on me. I took the smallest bite possible. The cake was somehow both burnt and raw in the middle, and the pineapple was so sour my eyes watered. But that wasn't the worst part. Within 30 seconds, my tongue started tingling. Then my throat felt tight like someone
Bro, I'm actually worried about her. Like, this could literally kill her. What the frick? This teacher, why would this teacher make her do that?
was squeezing it. My lips were swelling up and I could feel hives spreading across my neck. I need help, I whispered, but it came out weird because my tongue was swollen. The last thing I remember was Kayla screaming and Mrs. Wallace saying she's faking before everything went black. I woke up in the hospital
not faking.
with bruise in my arm and my mom crying next to my bed. The room was full of get well cards from everyone in chemistry class, but nothing from Mrs. Wallace. The doctor said I was lucky Kayla's mom was a nurse and had taught her to recognize anaphylaxis. Since I got a second chance at life, I got an idea.
Dude, they need to sue this teacher at this point. Like, what the freak? She could probably get a lot of money.
Spent the next 2 days at home recovering and making special honey jars for everyone in class. Each jar had a cute label that said, that was a sticky situation. Thanks for the get well card with little bee drawings. I made 23 small jars for the students and one special larger jar for Mrs. Wallace. When I walked back into chemistry, everyone started clapping.
But what's in the special jar for Mrs. Wallace, huh?
Handed out the honey jars and everyone loved them. Mrs. Wallace was at her desk grading papers and pretending I didn't exist. Mrs. Wallace, I brought you honey too, I said sweetly. She looked up suspicious, but I could tell she didn't want to look mean in front of everyone again. That's
What if she put glue into honey?
very thoughtful, Taylor, she said in this fake voice. She was drinking her usual morning tea, so I walked over and squeezed a huge glob of honey into her mug. She stirred it and took a big sip. I went back to my seat and whispered to Kayla, watch this. About 5 minutes into class, Mrs. Wallace's face got red. She started shifting in her seat. Then she let out the loudest fart I've ever heard in my life. The class went silent. Then someone started giggling. Her face was sweating now, and she was grabbing her stomach. She stood up to run to the door, but that's when it happened. Brown liquid started running down her leg onto the floor. The smell hit everyone at once, and people started gagging. What did you put in that honey? She screamed at me. She tried to run, but slipped in her own mess and had to crawl out of the classroom toward the bathroom, leaving a trail behind her. Kayla pulled me aside and whispered, what did you put in that honey? It's freshly made ghost pepper infused honey. My teacher fed me.
Oh, heck no, dude. Okay, she really got her revenge. And she didn't do anything that evil. She just made her poop everywhere. That's actually a pretty good video. The video has 12 million views. Holy freak! 12 million? And that's the least viewed video we're gonna be looking at today. This next one we're checking out is He Is Not My Father. This one also has 12 million. Like 100,000 more views though than the last one. And okay, this orange-haired girl seems to be her story's character. I think the video we just watched was one of the older videos before there was this character, but now there's this lady. Let's give us a watch.
I handed a flight attendant a napkin that said, "The man next to me is not my father. Please help." She smiled and asked me if I wanted any peanuts.
Oh,
Then
heck
she walked
no.
away. My heart sank and I felt Arthur's hand squeezing my thigh under the tray table. "You're not thinking about doing something stupid, are you?"
Bro, this is terrifying. Imagine being in this situation. Oh, heck no. This is like one of my biggest fears when I was a kid.
Shook my head and he smiled and patted me like a dog saying, "Good girl." But I looked at the flight attendant and wondered if she was going to help me because in 3 hours we would land and then I would vanish like the others Arthur told me about. But after a few minutes, the flight attendant came back pushing the drink cart. "Ma'am, we have a medical situation and need to move a few passengers so the crew can access the emergency equipment." Arthur's hand clamped down on my wrist. "She's not moving." The flight attendant kept her eyes on me and said, "Sir, I need to hear from her directly." But Arthur told her, "She's my daughter, and she's not right in the head. You move her and she'll have an episode." And so she bent down to fix something under my seat, and I felt her breath on my ear. "When I squeeze your hand, you run." And then she stood up and smiled at Arthur. "Let me check with my boss." But she reached toward me like she was handing me a pack of peanuts. Then her fingers closed around mine and squeezed hard. I ripped my arm free from Arthur and threw myself into the aisle, but he lunged after me and grabbed my arm. "You stupid girl, you're not going anywhere." And then the flight attendant slammed into him and yelled, "Get your hands off her." But
oh my gosh, everyone is fighting this dude.
Arthur shoved her into a drink cart and she hit the floor, but she yanked his leg, which sent him crashing into a row of seats. That's when 2 men grabbed him. "Federal air marshals, don't move." Arthur
Oh, there's cops? Oh, this dude's fricked.
thrashed. "That's my daughter. She's insane and off her medication. Call the police." "We are the police. TSA flagged your name. You're wanted in 3 states." Arthur looked at me desperately saying, "Tell them you wanted this." But I crouched down so my face was inches from his. "I want you to rot." I handed a flight attendant.
Aura! Dude, that's crazy. I mean, he was screwed anyways the second she gave him that paper. I mean, he's stuck on a plane, dude. They'll just arrest him the second he walks off. That's insane. Thankfully, she got out of that. What a dude, bro. That was not her father. Next, we got, she tried to steal my dog. This one has around the 12 million view mark again, just slightly more.
I tied my dog Biscuit to a pole while I went inside to get some coffee. But when I came out 30 seconds later, Biscuit was gone.
What?
I panicked and looked around and saw a woman and her young son dragging Biscuit down the sidewalk.
They're trying to steal Biscuit, the freak?
Biscuit was whimpering and digging his paws into the concrete so hard his claws were bleeding. I
Oh, heck
instantly
no.
sprinted to
Poor
them and
guy.
said, "That's my dog. What do you think you're doing?" The boy kept holding the leash and the woman smiled smugly. "My son is autistic and wants a puppy. We can't afford one and you clearly don't appreciate yours leaving him out here. He's
Bro, this woman is crazy.
ours now." They turned around and tried to keep going, but I blocked them. The son crossed his arms and stomped his foot. "I want him. He's mine. Mom said I can have him." I told him his mom is wrong and went to grab Biscuit's leash, but his mom threw her iced coffee at my clothes. "Don't touch
Bro, what is wrong with this woman? This woman's a psychopath.
my son." Biscuit instantly reacted and lunged towards me to make sure I was okay. But the boy
W,
yanked
Biscuit.
him back and the woman
Bruh.
literally slapped Biscuit over the
Yo!
head. "Bad dog," Biscuit whimpered, and that's when I had enough. I took the lid off my scalding coffee and threw the entire cup right in her face. She instantly shrieked as
Yeah, she deserved that, not gonna lie.
the coffee burned her face. Her hands flew to her eyes. Her son tried to grab my shirt, but I asked him, "Do you want the rest of the hot coffee thrown at you next?" He instantly shook his head and handed me the leash. His mom kept screaming about her eyes, but I walked away with Biscuit, who was wagging his tail. Little did the kid know, I had no coffee left to throw at him. I tied
Oh, that's savage. That's savage. The kid got freaking played. I mean, that's what they get for trying to steal the dog, bro. Like, who does that? That's messed up. At least you got Biscuit back. I'm actually liking these animations, by the way. So everyone make sure you check out her story and drop a sub. These are almost as good as the his story ones so far. We're only 3 in. Let's keep watching. We're trying to figure out why this woman is getting so many subscribers. And maybe you guys can get me a bunch of subscribers. Subscribe. Let's hit 5 million, please. She tried to ruin my dance. 12.7 million views. Let's give this a watch.
I was about to perform my ballet dance in front of the entire school when I saw a bucket of slime in the top corner of the curtain railing. It
What
was
the heck?
positioned right over the area where my dance ended, and I clenched my fists because I knew someone was trying to sabotage me. But when the curtain was up and I locked eyes
Who's
with my
trying to do
college
that?
scout who'd decide whether or not I'd get my dance school scholarship, I knew I had to dance. I hit my first turn, and the momentum carried me right at the bucket, so I cut it short and spun off the other way, landing a foot from the rim of the bucket in a plie, and my heart was pumping with adrenaline. I could
So she has to outdance the bucket while still doing a good job because the college scout is in the freaking audience. By the way, a college scout, basically the guy that goes to high schools from colleges to try to find athletes to give scholarships to. And the scholarship is basically you get money to go to colleges. Pretty cool.
Could see my bully Veronica in the front row, giggling with all the mean girls. She mouthed the
heck
words,
no.
"Careful, ballerina." She was trying to get me to flinch and fall under the slime bucket, so I
Bruh.
tensed my body and kept dancing. I did a quadruple turn,
Lock in,
gracefully
woman.
landing with my hands raised above my head. Most of the auditorium clapped, and my college scout nodded while writing in his clipboard, but I noticed one of the mean girls was recording me, and when our eyes met, she mouthed, "You won't last long, ballerina. Everyone's about to watch you eat it." My knees started shaking because it was time for my grand finale, the final jump right under the slime bucket. I heard a whistle from behind the stage and saw Veronica was now standing where no one could see her, and her hand was on the
no
rope of the
way.
bucket, getting ready to dump the entire
girl's
thing
evil.
on top of me. "You're not getting out of this, ballerina," she
She even looks evil. Look at her face, dude.
said, her phone still pointed right at me. I knew I only had a few seconds to react and make the right decision, so I threw myself into the grand jeté and came flying right at her face. She was so startled that she fell back, and the bucket
beautiful.
went with her, and 3
Nice.
liters of cold slime poured down over her own head. All of her
Oh,
fake
that's what
friends
you
turned
get,
their
bruh.
cameras towards her, still live streaming and laughing. Veronica stood frozen, green sludge sliding off her chin onto her screen. "Delete it,"
heck
she
no.
screamed, clawing at her eyes. My scout caught my eye through the chaos and nodded once. "I've seen enough," he called up to the stage. "Welcome to Juilliard." I was about
No
to
way. She got into the college because her dance was so good, and she got revenge on that girl who was trying to ruin her dance. That's aura right there. That's low-key aura right there. You gain aura, girl. Oh man. Next we got to Smile for the Camera. This one has 13.6 million views, bro. Holy frick. Share some views, her story. Can this woman give me some views?
"Keep smiling or you're sleeping outside tonight,"
Oh,
my
what?
mom said while someone from Child Protective Services knocked on our front door. We'd been
Oh, heck
filming our
no.
morning routine for the 13th time because I kept blinking wrong. My face ached from holding the same smile since 6 a.m.
So it seems like this girl's been forced to do social media or YouTube by her mom. She's literally getting abused into doing it. Dang. I mean, as a kid, I always wanted to be a YouTuber, but if you're getting forced and doing something you don't want to do, that probably sucks.
The ring lights had burned fresh marks up both my arms.
What
My
the-
mom yanked my sleeves down over the burns before she opened the door. My dad
What kind of
grabbed
ring
my
light?
school
What kind of ring light do they have? I have 2 giant lights on me pretty much all day when I'm recording, and I've never been burned, bro. Like, what kind of ring lights? Are the ring lights shooting fire out of them or something?
my sleeves down over the burns before she opened the door. My dad grabbed my school workbook off the counter and shoved it under the couch. The woman at the door held up a badge and introduced herself as Melinda. "A viewer sent us screenshots of bruises and burns on your daughter from your recent videos." My mom walked around behind Melinda where only I could see her face twist into a silent threat. I smiled with all my teeth showing. "Everything is amazing here. I love making videos with my parents every single day."
Wow, she has a freaking script that she's meant to say. Look, that smile is so fake.
Melinda swiped to a photo on her tablet and held it up. "Then why do you have a black eye covered with makeup in this video from last week?" I hit a doorknob because I'm clumsy and my
What? She had a black eye? Her mother punched her? Bruh. Oh, heck no.
mom helped me cover it so viewers wouldn't worry. Melinda looked at me and back at my parents. "She's 10. Why isn't she in school right now?" My mom cut in fast. "She doesn't need school. She makes more money than most adults. Show me her schoolwork." My mom just stared at her. "We don't waste time on books when she could be filming." Melinda stood up straighter. "I need to speak with your daughter alone." My
Yeah, it is illegal for kids not to go to school. They will send CPS to you. So they have to go to school or be homeschooled. Once they're 15, they can drop out though, I believe. I didn't drop out. No, I finished high school. Yes, sir. Barely. Finished school, guys.
dad stepped forward, but Melinda held up her badge. "Refuse and I call the police.
Oh,
Your choice."
shoot.
They went into the kitchen, but left the door cracked open. Melinda put a piece of paper in my hands. "Read this out loud for me." I stared at the page for a long time and just held it up and smiled. "I love reading." She put a pen in my hand. "Write your name for me." My hand hovered over the paper, but I couldn't remember how to spell it. "Everything is perfect," I whispered.
Oh, shoot. She doesn't know how to read or write.
And my eyes went to the cracked door. Melinda leaned in close enough that only I could hear. "I'm getting them out of this room." She stood up and opened the kitchen door. "Leave this house completely, or I call for backup right now." My dad slammed the front door on his way out. She sat back down and looked at me. "Where do you sleep?" My jaw
Oh, gosh, bro. The parents just got kicked out. Dude, look how scared she looks.
ached from smiling all day, and my eyes burned. In the basement, I walked her downstairs to a concrete floor with 2 thin blankets and no pillow. Melinda photographed everything and rolled
They don't even take care of this girl.
my sleeves up and looked at the burns running up both arms. "How did these happen?" "The lights get really hot during filming." She went straight to my parents and pulled out her phone. "Your daughter can't read. She can't write her name. She's covered in burns and she sleeps on concrete. I am removing her from your care right now." My
Wow, what?
dad gripped the doorframe. "This kid is our property, and we own everything she makes." Melinda held the phone closer to his face. 2 officers showed up 20 minutes later, and my aunt was right behind them. She knelt down in front of me and wrapped both arms around my shoulders. "You never have to smile for a camera again." Keep
Wow, that's heartbreaking, dude. At least she got to go with her aunt. That one made me want to cry, bro. That was genuinely the coolest and best story yet. Oh, dude, that sucks. They were using her for money, their daughter? That's messed up, bruh. At least she got out of there. Wow, okay. Who was I talking to? 13, almost 14 million views on this one. Oh, it starts with a little girl. Let's see.
My daughter asked me, Mom, can I dye my hair blonde? I knocked my chair back so hard it hit the wall. What did you just say to me? Juliet
good?
flinched. I just asked if I could dye my... No, stop. Something is wrong with you. You told your aunt she looked like a burnt corn husk for going blonde. You told a girl her hair looked like it was dipped in piss. And now you want to be blonde? She started crying. Why are you screaming at me? It's literally...
Yo, wait, why does she want to go blonde if she doesn't like it?
Just a color. I should have felt guilty, but I knew something was seriously wrong with my daughter. The next morning, Juliet walked into the kitchen asking me to make her scrambled eggs. I spat out my water because Juliet has gagged at eggs her entire life. I made them anyway because I needed to watch her eat them. She ate every single bite.
Is this her daughter? Who is this, twin?
Thanks, Mom. These were really good. I called my best friend for help. She said I was spiraling. My mom told me to stop smothering Juliet. Her father just said, relax. Nobody was listening to me, but I wasn't wrong. Because before she went to bed, she said, good night, Petra. She saw my horrified face and bonked her head. Sorry, Mom. I meant Mom. Juliet had never called me Mom before. That weekend, we went to the mall because I needed to do something normal with her. But
what? Is Petra her real name? So this woman's name is Petra. Wait, what is going on? This daughter talks like a freaking adult.
Then she stopped in front of a mirror and said, I really think I'd look good blonde. I grabbed her by the shoulders and turned her around to face me. Why do you keep saying that? You have hated blonde hair your entire life. What is happening to you? Juliet shoved me off.
Whoa.
Why can't I just want something different without you completely losing it? Because you're not my daughter. Why won't anybody believe me? I was crying now. Juliet was backing away from me. Then a man walked over and said he was a psychiatrist and could help. The psychiatrist asked, Juliet, do you have gaps in your memory? She looked scared. Sometimes I'm at school and then I'm home and I don't remember the drive. He recorded the session and then played parts of it back for her. She watched in horror. That's not me. I didn't say that. That was 11 minutes ago, Juliet. He sat back in his chair. Juliet, what I'm about to tell you is going to be hard to hear, but I need you to listen. She was
Wait, what's wrong with Juliet? Dude, this is actually has me on the edge of my seat, bro.
shaking. You have something called dissociative identity disorder. The blonde hair, the eggs, calling your mother Petra. That wasn't you, Juliet. There is someone else in your mind, and when she comes forward, you don't remember any of it. Juliet looked terrified. Juliet started treatment that same month. The alter's name is Eloise. She likes scrambled eggs and calls me Petra. Juliet still hates blonde hair. Eloise still asks to dye it. Some mornings I can tell who I'm talking to before she even opens her mouth. My daughter asked,
What? She has two people in her head? She has DID? That's what dissociative identity disorder is. Dang, that's crazy, bruh. I thought like the kid got swapped or something. That was my guess. Or it could have been like a skinwalker. That would have been scary. May I see his shoulder as the next one?
The old woman said, this is my son James. My ex-husband kidnapped him when he was a baby. Then she pointed at my son's shoulder. James had a perfect star right there. Tell me, does your son have it too? She looked so desperate and broken that I finally answered her. I pulled my son's sleeve back to show her the star-shaped birthmark on his left shoulder. The old woman's legs gave out. Her daughter caught her as she sobbed uncontrollably. My husband has the same birthmark, I said, and he's adopted. The old woman looked at me and whispered, what's your husband's name? James. I was pushing my...
Whoa, wait, that's cool. These stories are actually sick. So her husband is that woman's son. Dude, this is cool. Her story actually has some good videos. I feel like a lot of his story videos were like revenge stories and like getting payback on people. These are like insane mysteries. He kept showing up with candy. Oh, heck no. Does that mean this girl about to get kidnapped?
My daughter came home holding candy, and I instantly asked, where'd you get that? She just smiled. An old man was at the bus stop today. He gave it to us. Alarm bells started going off in my
that's
head.
horrible.
The next morning, I walked with her to the bus station. The man was standing there holding a bowl of candy. He just started handing them out, and
he looks wholesome. I don't know. What do you guys think? Actually, no, that smile is creeping me out. Would you guys trust me?
I knew something had to be wrong. I grabbed my daughter's arm. Wait, don't eat that. I took it from her and checked it for anything bad. The man just smiled at me, but when Sadie's mom saw him, she panicked. What are you giving my daughter? Stay away from her, you creep. He looked upset and just walked away without looking back. I was confused, but when he showed up the next day, Sadie's mom lost it. She started calling him a stalker.
Yeah, so is he evil and creepy, or is he a wholesome old man?
And called the police. He tried to tell her he wanted to keep them safe, but she knew something had to be wrong. The police came and put him in handcuffs, but he kept saying he was keeping them safe. I thought it was weird, but when I was watching the news that night, I couldn't believe it. Apparently he had a heart attack later that day, but they were saying he was a hero. Apparently his daughter was waiting for the bus playing too close to the road and got hit by a car. So the old man would go to bus stops and hand out her favorite candy to keep other kids away from the road. All he wanted to do was make sure none of us had to go through the same pain he did. My daughter...
Dude, that's so sad. I mean, low-key, that is a creepy thing to do, but his reasoning is so wholesome. Can't believe he had a heart attack. Poor guy. Next, we got I Ruled the Playground. 15 million views. Holy money. Did y'all rule the playground when you were younger? I did not. I was not popular. I was weird. Just wanted to talk about Minecraft. I know everyone wanted to talk about soccer.
I was eating goldfish on the bleachers when two fourth graders asked my teacher if they could play kickball, and she stepped back and threw her hands up. Don't ask me, ask the king. They both turned around and walked toward me shaking. They were 2 grades older than me and a foot taller. They stopped at the bottom of the bleachers with their eyes glued to their shoes. Can we please play kickball at recess?
Why do they have to ask her? What the heck?
Took my time finishing the goldfish in my mouth. I wiped the orange dust off my fingers onto my jeans. Tell me why. They both forced their eyes up to meet mine. The shorter one mumbled it was his birthday. I flicked my fingers like I was swatting flies. Have fun. They thanked me 4 times each before sprinting off. I reached into
What? Why are they scared of her? What did she do to rule the playground, bro? I would just not listen.
my bag for another handful of goldfish. A minute later, Mrs. Givens walked over with her hands clasped together. Sorry to bother you, sweetie king. There's a 3rd grader telling kids they can't use the swings today. I told her to bring him to me. She nodded and walked off to find him. That's when
Even the teachers obey this girl? What the heck?
a teacher I'd never seen before stormed across the yard, pointing straight at me. What in the world is going on here? Why are these children acting like you're in charge? Mrs. Givens sprinted back over and grabbed his elbow. Stop talking right now. The new teacher yanked his arm away and turned back to me. I am not letting a 2nd grader run this playground. He marched up the bleachers and grabbed my wrist. You're coming with me to the principal's office right now. Before he could pull me down, 2 men in black suits came running across the yard.
Who is this woman?
They slammed him into the grass and pinned his hands behind his back without saying a word. I climbed down from the bleachers and crouched next to his ear. Don't you ever disrespect me again. I dropped a goldfish into his mouth, stood up, and walked off. That's when the principal came running out of the building. He took one look and dropped to his knees. Please forgive us, Miss Sweetie King. Mr. Dealwood will be fired by the end of the day. I kept walking past him without a word, munching on goldfish. The principal slapped Mr. Dealwood in the back of the head. You idiot. Her family runs the entire underground crime scene. I was eating goldfish on the bleachers.
You get killed if you don't listen to her. Oh, heck no. Hey, she's gonna be a crazy crime lord one day if she's already ruling the freaking school. This next one is called You're Safe With Me. 19 million views.
I was walking alone at night when a police officer started walking beside me and grabbed my arm. Don't react and keep walking. Someone's following you.
What? Is she actually getting followed, or is the cop the bad guy?
Suddenly turned around and saw a man in a dark hood 30 feet behind me, matching my pace. I stopped for a second, and he instantly leaned against the wall, trying to seem discreet. The officer told me to stay calm and walk with him. He guided me forward, gripping my arms so tight I couldn't pull away even if I wanted to. I kept glancing back, and the man was now closer. That's when he walked through a streetlight, and the light shined down on something metallic sticking from his pocket.
Heck no, is that
my
knife?
whole body went cold. I pressed closer to the officer and told him what I saw. He nodded.
What if the cop and this guy are working together, though?
And said, "Don't worry, we'll get you home. You're safe with me." But then he started steering us away from the lit up main road and onto a darker sidewalk, almost like he was leading me somewhere specific. Plus his grip on my arm made me feel uneasy. But when I turned around, the man was now walking straight at me,
Watch this guy stab the cop.
holding the metallic object and no longer trying to be discreet. I knew I had no choice but to trust the officer. I told him the man was closer, and he looked around, pointing to an alleyway nearby. This cuts through to the other side of the street. You can call a cab from there. He gripped my arm even tighter and pulled me. I was about to just go with it, but then I saw a taxi sitting 50 feet in front of me with its light on. I told the officer I'll just take this one, but his grip tightened. The man is still too close and the alleyway is safer. He tried pulling me again, but I yanked my arm free and sprinted toward the cab. He reached for me again, but I was too far away. I got in and locked the door, shaking,
the cab drove
unsure
off.
what to
Fire.
think. Then 3 weeks later, I was watching the morning news, and my coffee slipped out of my hands. 2 men were arrested for the murder of a woman. The officer who grabbed my arm and the man in the hood. They worked together. The man followed her at
I knew it, bro. I knew it.
night, and the officer lured her into an alleyway under the guise of safety. The woman who trusted the officer never came home to her kids.
That's terrifying, bro. Why do they be killing women? I low-key predicted that, though. These vids are getting really good. We're now on to her 2 most popular videos. This one is Will She Be a Billionaire with 19.8 million views.
We were
Let's see
sitting
what
in
it's
the living
about.
room watching Shark Tank when my daughter looked at me and said, Mommy, I'm gonna be the youngest CEO in the whole neighborhood. The next weekend, she set up a lemonade stand, but instead of mixing regular country time lemonade like every other kid, she came up with a bright idea. She spent the morning in our kitchen, mixing what she called gourmet flavors, watermelon mint, strawberry basil, and something she called lavender honey that actually tasted incredible.
Dude, so she's an innovator. She's coming up with new stuff. That's how you get rich, by the way. You come up with new things. You don't just copy. And if you do copy, you take inspiration and then make it different or better.
Labels from our home printer and charged 50 cents more per cup than every other kid on the block.
Genius.
Our neighbor, Mrs. Haggerty, was having a yard sale that weekend. Mia knocked on her door and offered her 10% of her profits to set up in front of her driveway for the foot traffic. She
10%? Bro, this I didn't even know what a percent was when I was this girl's age.
was out there at 7 in the morning with a painted sign and little sample cups for
Gourmet
people to try
flavored
before they bought.
lemonade.
She sold out by noon. Saturday afternoon, she recruited
Really
2
rich.
neighborhood kids and gave them matching visors.
She has employees now?
trained them on how to greet customers and how to make change. By Sunday morning, she was running a 3-person operation from our front yard. That's when the man in the BMW pulled up. He looked at the stand and said he only had Apple Pay. Mia reached under the table and pulled out her dad's portable card reader. She
No way she has a card reader. Who is this kid?
held it up to him and said, "No problem, sir. You can swipe, tap, or contactless. No excuses." His mouth dropped open while a 9-year-old processed his credit card for $3 worth of lemonade. An hour later, a kid 3 houses down set up his own stand. Mia walked over with her biggest smile and said, "Hey Noah, want to merge? We'd cover way more customers together."
Oh, she's literally taking out the competition by buying them.
Intimidated by her professional setup, he agreed immediately. Within an hour, she'd absorbed his whole operation and put him in charge of what she called their satellite location. By the end of the weekend, she counted everything out on the kitchen table. $217. She looked at her dad and said, "I just made more money than your Starbucks habit costs you in a week." Then she pulled out
Oh, yeah.
a
Wow.
notebook and started flipping through pages of profit margins and expense tracking for every flavor. I asked her where she learned about profit margins. She looked at me like it was the most obvious thing in the world. YouTube, Mom. There's tutorials for everything. We were sitting in the
Bruh, yeah, okay, that girl's gonna be a billionaire. She does more business than I do, and I run a business. Final video. This one is called She Looks Tasty with 20 million views. Oh, heck no. And I'm paused on the word dark web. Okay.
This boy was
Let's
trolling
watch.
on the dark web when her sister noticed he slammed his laptop shut. He was
Oh,
shivering,
heck no.
and she knew something was wrong. Scared, he immediately ran to the living room. She yelled, "What happened?" But he wouldn't say anything. He started freaking out.
What did he do?
Closing all of their blinds,
Oh,
locking
heck
the
no.
front door, and she begged him to tell her what was going on. He was freaking out, and that's when she opened his laptop. She couldn't believe it. Someone sent him a picture of their front
What?
door. They sent another picture, and when she clicked on it, it was a picture of her through
Oh
their
my
window that
gosh.
said, "She looks tasty." She
Bro,
couldn't
what the
breathe. She was about to run and grab their dad, but her brother grabbed her arm saying, "No, he'll kill me if he knew I was on there." Neither of them slept that night until someone rang the doorbell the next morning. A guy with a badge told their dad they saw some suspicious activity coming from their network, but he told him he didn't know anything about it. He
I don't know if this is a real cop, bruh.
told them to stay safe, but the next day in class, her principal burst through their door. She told her she had to come with her that second and that the police were there, and she followed her to
What?
the office thinking it had to be her brother. But the second she walked in, she saw the same guy from yesterday holding his badge. He smiled when he saw her and told her there was an emergency at her house. He grabbed her arm and tried to pull her out, but she resisted. "No, tell me what happened. Is my brother okay?" But
I don't think this is a real cop.
he didn't say anything. "Come with us." She didn't want to, but her principal nodded and said, "They're police officers, honey. Go with them." They took her outside, but she noticed their car didn't have any police stickers on it. She thought these guys
heck
must
no.
just be undercover. But when they put her in the back, she immediately noticed there weren't any door handles either. There was no way she
what?
could get out. "Where are we going?" But they laughed. She was sweating now.
No, this is
"Please,
terrifying.
I just want to see my brother." But they didn't say anything until they saw flashing lights behind them. Both of the guys immediately got nervous.
They got caught by the real cops.
And when she realized it was the police, she knew this was her chance. The cop was walking up to the car, and she was about to scream for help, but just before she did, she felt something sharp in her stomach.
my
She looked
gosh.
down and saw the man holding a knife against her. The cop walked up and looked inside the car, and when he saw her crying, he looked suspicious. She tried anything she could to signal for help, but the man said, "That's just my niece. She's upset because we didn't get McDonald's."
What? Dude, this guy is just straight lying. You're wearing a police freaking outfit. How did the cops not know you're lying?
She couldn't say anything. The knife was already cutting her skin, and the cop just told them to have a good day. She was crying, but they drove off.
What?
She accepted her life was over. She wasn't ever gonna see her family again until they started arguing. "He saw our faces, man. If we kill her, they're gonna know it was us." So in that moment, they opened the
what?
door and threw her out, and she had to run back with her hands tied. This boy was trolling
Oh
on the
my
dark
gosh, she escaped. Holy moly. That's crazy though. Don't go on the dark web, guys. That was terrifying. I'm not gonna lie. I think my favorite video though was either "May I See His Shoulder" or "Who Was I Talking To?" One or the other. Those were both really good. Mom for the Camera was really good as well. Dang, her story makes good videos. I'd say they're just as good as his stories. Anyways, guys, go check out her channel. Drop some subscribes to her. And if you guys enjoyed this video, click the video on screen, subscribe to join the swag squad. I'll see y'all later. Bye.